that day.
April, you are going to love our next guest. She is a hero like no other, out to save the world from burnt toast, of course, and stop the evil Toasty the Terrible. But his story isn't just an action-packed, exciting adventure. It's helping its readers learn the importance of focusing on a task. And who doesn't need a little help with that? Aiden Dennis is the young author of Captain Waffello, inspired by his own stories dealing with ADHD, and he wants to help others see the humor in their uniqueness and the beauty of it. So he's joined by his mom, Angie Butler. Both of you, thank you so much for being here this morning, and huge congratulations, author and illustrator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell me about how this idea came up.
So originally it was just this funny idea, and I had a waffle and I like messed with it to make it look like a face, and then I said it's a fellow, it's a Waffello, and then I added the captain right before that.
Fantastic. And did you ever think that your mom would be able to bring the images to life in this way?
She is a very good she's very good at drawing.
Oh, you already knew that, yeah.
Yeah, because me and her, we draw stuff together sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I love this. So there's, as we talked about leading into bringing you on camera, more to this story, right? It's a lot about more than waffle and toast. You specifically have been diagnosed with ADHD, which is, I imagine, comes with some challenges, but maybe some benefits as well. What does that mean to you?
It means that most of the time I have a hard time staying focused, and I'm very fidgety all the time.
Okay. And a lot of us can relate to that, but we know when a child is diagnosed with ADHD, it's at another level, and there's some responsibilities, I guess, as a family to decide how to channel that energy. So what has it meant for your family? What have you learned from this process, and how does it show up in the book?
Well, he's got a lot of creativity.
Sure does.
For sure. So, you know, that's been no problem for him. He comes up with a million creative ideas every day. And for writing the book, though, it just meant, you know, we had to take a long time. We took several months to put it together. And he would write a little bit at a time. I would draw it out, and then he would fill it in with his story. You know, so it was just a long process, a lot of patience, and turned out great, I think.
But you get the point here that you're 11 years old and you've now published a book, which is more than most of us adults will ever accomplish in our lifetimes. So I would say that you're pretty darn focused when compared to a lot of us who maybe dream of completing something like this, but, you know, don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling when you first picked it up? What do you think is the best part about the story, and what are you most excited for kids to see?
So I'm most excited for kids to see the action fingers part, because at least for me, when I got really bored when it was time to go to bed, I would pretend like my fingers were a person that was going on all sorts of crazy adventures, and that kind of helped me fall asleep. So yeah.
And it keeps you engaged in the book, which I think any child can have some tough times getting used to sitting down. They're used to being active, or they're used to playing video games. To sit down and enjoy the pleasure of a book, this sort of helps them do that in a new way, right? So how has it been for you to have your friends at school understand what ADHD means?
So some of them don't really completely understand what it means, but most of them do know what it means.
Okay. What would you say to kids who need to be encouraged to be understanding that we're all different, and being different can be really cool?
Yeah, so there's a part in the book where Captain Waffello is telling himself to focus, and sometimes when I can't focus, I start to beat myself up because I can't focus, and I focus on telling myself to focus. So that part in the book is trying to teach kids to, like, hey, you have ADHD, accept it because it's not going to change.
Mom, you got to be so proud.
So proud of this one. Yeah,
and I think it's going to help so many other families, whether you are dealing with an ADHD diagnosis or not, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Where do we find the book?
It's on Amazon, and he also has a website, therealaidendennis.com.
Therealaidendennis.com. Fantastic. And you're on Amazon. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, both of you two, for coming and sharing the story. And I think we've all got a new favorite superhero. We'll take a quick break on Good Morning Arizona and be right back. I'm going on Amazon right now to order this. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.